Welcome back to Disco Elysium.
Still loading. Hey, it took us a whole couple days to load.
Yeah.
Is Freet open? No, they're locked. Well, I'll heal my morale what little I can right now then. Ooh. That's something we didn't see before. Because of our perception.
Yes.
Well, I will take that. Just when I was thinking I need morale items.
Hell yeah!
Nope, nope, nothing. I didn't want to talk to you, Cam. I wanted to get to the door behind you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Loading screen to loading screen.
At least the loads in this game are pretty fast.
I do kind of wish that we could just fast travel to Everart's office. I feel like that's something that would be fairly important as far as what you would want.
Officer, I didn't know you could teleport. How did you suddenly come to my office?
Composite eye of a halogen lights watch you, emitting a low buzz.
Like insects
Officer,
in the night sky.
When did you learn to teleport? That instant transmission technique is always fascinating. However, have you learned how to turn Super Saiyan yet?
What? There's more than just a Saiyan?
Ah, please allow me to demonstrate. This is my normal form. And this is a Super Saiyan. And this is a Saiyan that has ascended beyond a Super Saiyan. Or you can just call it Super Saiyan 2. And this is to go even further beyond corruption. Look, something forgotten on the coffee table. Oh. Nope, Everart's gone.
Okay.
He went night night. He wore himself out going Super Corruption 3.
Okay. Let's finish the day and go into our shack for the night.
I want to bug Kim.
No.
I want to bug Kim during the night.
No.
But I want to knock on his door and be like, Kim, I had a bad dream. I need a hug.
Kim, can I have a warm glass of milk?
Kim, I had a bad dream. Can I sleep with you?
Oh, I forget what old internet cartoon it was, but every now and then I will reference it when I'm writing notes and write milk with an E. Milk. I forget where that was from, but some old internet cartoon would always pronounce milk as milk.
Why do I feel like I've seen that written on the side of a carton inside, like in a show?
I forget where it was. Jeez.
There we go. Off to the shack.
Yes.
It's getting cold.
Good night, officer.
Oh, so we can't do any daily debriefings.
I mean, we could talk to Kim and do that, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Alright. Now on to real business.
Knock, knock, knock. Kim.
There is also that thing with Joyce where we could talk to her about stuff too while Kim's gone.
Oh. About?
Getting the lowdown on reality.
Oh.
Oh, right. We have a composure check over here. We could quick do that too while we're here.
Hi again, Gendarme.
He's so different. Hold on.
Bye-bye, Gendarme.
Because we do have that one composure item, I think, don't we? Oh, right. Pain threshold and volition. Minus one. empathy.
Minus one empathy.
So here's the actual question, because this, our horrific necktie, says, the necktie is adorned with a garish pattern. It's disturbingly vivid. Somehow you feel like it would be wrong to ever take it off. It's your friend now. It will betray you will betray it if you change it for some boring scarf. Do we never remove this and believe this?
I say yeah.
We keep it on permanently.
Yeah.
All right, we're sticking to that. All right. I also wanted to quick check you out as far as your
Hi again, Gendarme.
boost. 42%. We want to try this again?
Because didn't you say at one point the necktie has a voice?
I thought I remember it having one, but we haven't encountered it yet. I don't know if it was also tied to one of my stats or not either. It might have been.
42%.
Yep. Do we want to try that?
Sure? Oh.
Why are we such a
He's a
failure?
sports guy, all about that physical prowess and athletics.
Bye-bye, Gendarme.
42% isn't bad. Why do we fail?
Well, it's more than half under.
Barely. Cam, we had a bad dream.
The lieutenant's door is closed.
Knock.
No response.
Knock. Again.
Still no response. Where is he? Isn't it party o'clock? Doesn't he want to go for a little drive?
Cam, I want to go for a drive.
Not face the hanged disco man yet.
Anything to not face that. Oh.
Knock on again as before.
You hear the sound of a drawer closing, followed by the shuffling of feet.
Yes. What is it? What time is it?
It's party time, Kim.
When are going to midnight drive to clear our heads?
To clear our heads from what? Sleep? Good night, Harry.
Oh. but Kim. Oh. I was really hoping you'd let us do it again. Oh. But Kim, I want to see what your room looks like.
But Kim, it's only been like 10 minutes. Are you that into REM sleep?
Apparently he is. Darn it, Kim. I thought we were closer than this, Kim. All right, I want to get that ooh, hold on.
What do you see?
Book titled The book is titled Man from Helmdall and the Wildfire. Joyce, I want to know what reality's like, baby.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
I have more
Basic
questions.
reality?
Oh!
Ramsey.
My favorite part of
Oh!
the day. Go ahead.
Yes!
Ask me anything.
We can't think of something here, but we can totally do this. Holy shit! Plus 12?
Wow!
All right.
Jam de
Jamais-
Vu.
jamais vu.
Wow, 12. So how much do we have altogether now? Like, above 20?
Probably.
Ooh, let's do it.
No, actually, what is it? 3, 4, 5, 17. Level plus 17.
Okay, and we need... What?
20.
Ooh, we need a 20 or better.
Yeah, so unless we get like 2 1s or a 1 and a 2, we're fine. We're golden.
Oh, okay.
What is all of
I guess a
this?
1 and a 2 doesn't
The
matter.
scent, the sound, the air.
Wait, you mean a 1 and a 1, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay.
because 3 would have made it even 20.
Yeah, okay. What's this? All of this. The scent, the sound, the air. What world is this?
What world? The only one, I suppose. The world of matter. And its pale antipode.
The camera of her mind glides over the surface of the water.
What do you see?
Great bodies of water. Forest-covered surfaces. Clusters of light where the cities lie. You've seen the montage. We all have. This world is enough.
She concludes.
The world is not
There's a
enough!
coin flip
Starring James Bond.
In the DeLorean century, when humanity was high on this world, discovering more and more of it, these archipelagos included.
Wait. Say that word again. Zoldo!
What is it?
Zoldo!
Elysium.
Elysium?
So Elysium's the world?
Huh. The world needs a term of endearment.
It does. There are those who would call it hell.
Oh. So disco hell. What is hell?
A term of hatred that originates, like many such things, with the petro-fascists.
I don't feel like I've gotten the whole picture yet.
Oh, you want a picture of the world? There is no complete set yet, dear. They're having some trouble reaching orbit.
What?
How come?
Great things are difficult to achieve. For now, we're viewing the world from the inside, sideways.
What?
Inside sideways? What shape is that?
We used to think it was a sphere, but that is beginning to look less and less likely by the day.
So it's like a Klein
We
bottle?
read from the tabloids, but the ORG nations have been launching weather balloons into the lower ionosphere since the 30s.
Uh-huh.
ORG, Occident Grad.
I'll take more money.
There's a steadily increasing trickle of images. Between the big three scientific contributors, they're piecing together a dark grey corona.
Dark gray corona.
Yes. Pale covers 72% of the surface. There are grey flares and prominences, even arcs above entire isolas. The images are blurry, but if there was a sphere in there, it certainly looks like it fractured a long time ago.
So, wait, hold on.
Hold on, wait. Electric Kim jumps in a few years ago, and you'd like a dark gray corona extra.
Sorry, I'm trying to, like... So, they're using words that are usually attributed to, like, the sun or stars? like a corona is just like the aura, essentially, of a sun,
Yes.
right? And they're trying to say that whatever planet, quote unquote, that we're on is giving off a dark gray corona. They're saying there's flares and prominences like a sun would have, and arcs, which we've seen,
Yeah.
like the plasma from a star pushing out, like flaring out and then getting pulled right back down in an arc to the sun.
So are we on a dead star?
You know, that could be. But then what is the solid shit that we're on now?
A cold fear seeps into you.
And what is the pale? That's still something that hasn't been defined.
Oh my god, wait. What the hell are you telling me?
You seem to be spooked. Please don't be.
Her voice becomes homely, calm. She lets a
the
moment
pa-
pass.
The pale. And what do you mean by corona?
They
Extra.
say there is a rarefied envelope of matter surrounding the darkened disk of our planet. That is, if we are still living on a planet. Or, to speak more plainly, imagine vast swathes of land disrupted by nothingness.
So is it like a shattered planet then? Or like the shattered core of a star, maybe?
Maybe?
There's a rarefied... I don't know what she means by rarefied. I haven't seen that word before.
And you've never gotten this mission.
I saw this when I was watching Wooly's playthrough, but I didn't really internalize it. I was doing other stuff and just had it on in the background.
Okay.
I haven't gotten this in my playthrough yet. Like the playthrough I had done. Like, I remember his mind being blown when he was doing this, but I don't remember what the details or any of it was. Like, because I wasn't putting it together myself.
Okay.
I don't know what rarefied means. Envelope of matter surrounding the darkened disk of our planet. Is that the pale?
Are we in the Halo universe?
No, because a halo is literally a human-made ring that goes around a star.
Oh, like...
We'd be fully connected at that point. This is not connected.
Okay.
That is, if we are still living on a planet, or so to speak more plainly. Imagine that, yeah. So it feels like we have land and shit, but like it's pieces of world.
Huh.
And then whatever this envelope is, if that's what the pale is in between.
Huh.
I am sorry, dear. It must sound quite terrifying through the acute encephalopathy. Even scientific positivism isn't entirely convinced about what we're dealing with here. But this is one of the greatest questions of our time. Maybe when they get the complete set together, it will jolt us out of our rut, bring us together, however naive it may sound.
A fractured corona doesn't feel like it's going to bring anyone together.
You have misimagined it. I don't have the power to convey to you the effect and geometry of the images that depict our world from below low orbit. It's like the crowning of the world. It's insane. Very disco. You'd love it.
Doesn't sound like any kind of disco I'd like to go to.
But you already have. And you're doing just fine, despite the rubble.
The cold seeps into you. The air is heavy with 80% humidity. Suddenly, you're conscious of yourself standing there, on whatever this all is. Your arms hang down by your sides.
Well, we can ask about the pale.
Yep, I was just about to.
The pale is not, technically speaking, part of reality.
What?
What?
It is the opposite of reality.
Antimatter?
Fantasy? Okay. But what is it? A definition.
Okay. The Pale is the most dominant geological feature of the world, Detective. The separative tissue between the islas. It is the inter-islary mass.
Wait. And what is an Isla?
Do you want to do that, or do you want to focus more on the Pale? Because it's not really answering anything here.
Okay, so what is the pale like?
Achromatic, odorless, featureless. The Pale is the enemy of matter and life. It is not like any other, or anything in the world. It is the transition state of being into nothingness.
So is it antimatter? Is it here? The ground.
If it was antimatter, though, it would be colliding with matter and just exploding into energy constantly.
So is it here?
No, Detective. We're safe. It begins there, 6,000 kilometers to the north, and even more to the south, east, and west. You are in the middle of the Isla.
Oh, because the Isla is like the land masses between.
As your gaze instinctively turns north, a small black pit opens up in your stomach.
6,000 kilometers from the end of the world?
Yes. That is enough. Many cities are built much closer.
And there?
An uproar of matter, darling. Rising into the Pale. Rolling. Evaporating even. A great vision. The area of transition between the world and the Pale is called Porch Collapse.
So is it like radiation? Like physical radiation?
I don't know.
Imagine a grey coronal mist. Cold vapor marked by spores of an opportunistic microorganism. A mold that's adapted to grow at the edge of the unrest. It's the most disco thing you will ever see.
Huh.
You hear your pulse rise. The air feels caustic and cold suddenly.
What is physical qualities?
It's difficult to describe, or even measure. Something whose fundamental property is the suspension of properties. Physical, epistemological, linguistic.
So whatever it is, it's not being affected by, like, our general laws of physics.
Is it encrypted?
That'd be the biggest discovery ever. And also, like...
The further into Pale you travel, the steeper the degree of suspension. Right down to the mathematical. Numbers stop working. No one has yet passed the number barrier. It may be impossible.
There's a slippery article in there.
Is it pale or the pale?
Pale when it's particular, this territory of Pale. The Pale when it's pale in its entirety. Once you've seen it, language balks at the difference.
How much pale is there compared to the world?
The Pale outweighs reality 2 to 1. There is more Pale than there is matter, and the ratio is slipping.
Slipping how? To our determinant or...
Wait, hold on. Is the Pale something similar to, like, the event horizon of a black hole?
Are we inside a black hole?
Well, if this is a collapsed star, it wouldn't be shocking if there's a small black hole at the center.
Oh.
It would have to have been a massive star prior to this, but it could be. Like, if we're on the brink of being sucked into it or something, like, time slows down. Everything starts... Like, the fact that numbers don't matter means that we would have to be on something like a black hole. Unless this is something completely different, but it's the closest thing I can think of. Because they're saying it's like anti-reality, so a black hole is the next best thing. And since we were already talking about, like, terms for, like, with stars, it would make sense that it's similar to that.
Huh.
What
Okay.
do you think, Detective?
I want to do number 1 so I could pull another JoJo reference. But...
I think it'll lead us to the same place, more or less, so if we want to do that...
Okay. It's shrinking. There's more and more of the world, though!
Oh no, Detective. It's not. One of the few measurable effects of the Pale is that it is expanding at an unknown rate.
That definitely makes me wonder if, like, that feels more and more like black hole.
An intuitive conclusion of that development is that one day the Pale will cover everything. But this sort of talk is mostly left to extremists.
Stay silent.
Most people, and indeed most private and government sector organizations, entire civilizations and religions even, find handy ways to ignore or downplay that knowledge. I suggest you do the same.
Off we go. You see the hanged man's mouth open.
Off we go into the wild Pale yonder.
One and all. They say Pale is death, but for the universe.
That feels even more like
Why
black
should
hole.
we just leave, and the world get left behind?
If we're surrounded by Pale, how do we get from Isola to Isola?
Oh, it is so difficult for us.
A squall of birds. Hardware operating in the harbor. Firm. Self-evident.
It is possible to force dimensions on the Pale. In modern times, we can even compress its latitude, bouncing radio waves from one end to the other, shortening the path. But it is still hard for humans to navigate the Pale without getting lost.
The
or having
Pale
our
can
minds damaged.
the Pale can change its mind?
Change? Damage.
Damage, I'm sorry, damage the mind?
Extensively. Some say the damage
Sorry.
stems from extreme sensory deprivation.
How?
Others argue that Pale somehow consists of past information that's degrading, that it's rarefied past, not rarefied matter.
Huh.
They call it the blend over of the self. The Pale does not only suspend the laws of physics, but also the laws of psychology, maybe history even. The human mind becomes over-radiated by past.
Who says and who argues?
Who says and who argues?
The logical positivists say, the dialectical materialists argue.
What does the over-radiation feel like?
It feels terrible. Absolutely terrible. International standards strictly limit civilian travelers to 6 days of Pale exposure per year.
Ooh.
It's more for her. Way more.
Oh, she's overdone. Because she's not a
You're-
civilian.
Are you not a civilian passenger?
No, Lieutenant Dubois. I'm entreprenetic business class. I'm cleared and trained for 22 days of Pale transit annually.
Perhaps that
Ooh.
explains her strange pining after the revolution. Some degraded early memories.
You're over-radiated?
Up to my gills, officer.
An acidic smile on her lips. It's getting worse every year.
What's anthroponetic?
Entreprenetics is the scientific study of the Pale, or a recent iteration of it by way of Grad. The study of the Pale reaches back 6,000 years. The Pericarnassians called it the Western Plain.
They had not traveled the entire circumference of the Pericarnassian Super E-Solar. It was not merely in the west, it was everywhere, even then, surrounding them.
Did they cross it? The Western Plain?
There are signs of pre-modern crossings. Successful navigation of the Pale relies not just on technical know-how, but intensive psychological preparation. Some of these tactics have been known for thousands of years.
What has the Antipanetics changed then?
Nothing. We remain powerless before the Pale. The only real advance in Pale transit is the speed with which an aerostatic craft can pierce it. Less exposure leads to less effects later.
Aerostatic effect? Aerostatic craft?
Hybrid airships, Detective. Conventional rotors or jet engines no longer add velocity after the point of reference for motion is suspended, once you've crossed from near Pale to far Pale. In essence, we throw them in and they come out the other end, if we throw them precisely.
This has gotten way more sci-fi all of a sudden.
Yeah. So what?
If we do not...
What they're,
What?
I guess what they're saying with these planes is that like engines don't work in the Pale, right? It's you hurl it and you just hope it makes it.
Huh. And what if we do not?
Then they don't.
Gone, like a skipping stone.
Let's turn to reality, please.
Yes, sweet reality. But before we do, tell me, Detective, is this the first time you're hearing this? Do you really not remember anything?
I sometimes get a vague shadows of a past, and it's not good.
Then tell me, what do you think of the Pale?
It's terrifying.
That was a quick answer. Did you even look at any of the others?
It
It doesn't sound very liberal to me.
it's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Her eyes tense, crow's feet radiate from them. She observes you. Her bloodshot eyes and swollen face. Your bloodshot eyes and swollen face.
Your ailing constitution, sweaty forehead, the beads there, and your heavy breathing.
You really didn't know. This does not spell good for the investigation, Detective. If you don't know even this, then...
She stops mid-sentence.
Yes. I'm in serious trouble here.
Your colleague, Lieutenant Kisaragi, is competent. I checked up on him. And you have me. I will try to assist you in any way I can.
Some of that assurance is meant for herself, as much as it's meant for you. She must have a lot on the line here.
Even if we have to do it one basic term at a
What is the
time.
Pale?
The Pale is not. It is the opposite of reality.
What is the definition?
Okay.
Okay,
The Pale
wait,
is the
what
most
is the
dominant
Isola?
geological feature. Isola is a Messinian word for a continent of matter, enveloped on all sides by the Pale. Also, isolation, or landmass. We used to believe there was only one. In the last 4 centuries, we have discovered 7. Windy, Seol, Samara, Ilmara, Grad, Katla, and this, Insulinde.
And Insulinde is...
An oceanic Isola.
Okay, then
comprises
it
mostly
goes
of
back
water.
into the main text.
Windy is the largest,
Mhm.
Katla the coldest, Insulinde the bluest. What can I say? Each is perishing and dear.
Okay.
Achromatic.
Yeah, so we
featureless.
could have went to
The
mine
Pale is the
the
enemy
thing
of
I wanted
matter
first,
light.
and then came back to this.
I think it
okay.
would have looped around, but I
Like
think
any
trying to figure
other
out what the Pale
or
was more important
anything
to
in the
me.
world. It is the
Then
transition
knowing
state of
about
being into
continents.
nothingness.
No, you could kind of draw what the continents were, like what an Isola was, through the context clues. Whereas,
I thought Encyclopedia would pop up and give us more real.
no, that's fair.
Yes, sweet. Is this the first time you're
Oh,
hearing
shit.
this?
She's doing this
Do
one
you
again.
really not remember anything?
I'm still going to go with 2, and then
Then tell
1, and then it's terrifying.
Hmm,
You're ailing.
you really didn't know.
I'm in
This
serious
was
trouble.
not supposed
Wait,
to
wait,
be,
wait.
Lieutenant
Never
Kessler.
mind.
Some of that.
Too late.
Even if we have to do it one,
Yep,
glad to have been.
that's all,
That's
and
it.
thank you.
Ah. Alright, well.
I think it's time to go to bed,
that's
and
the
then
plan.
next time on Disco Elysium, Day 4.
I'm not going to go to bed at the end of this one. Just
Why?
because I feel like it's gonna drop us into a dream sequence.
Oh,
That's just the feeling I get considering what we've been through the last couple of times we went to bed.
okay. Wait, why are we going here?
Because now I can fast travel.
Okay, so we will be dreaming and then starting a 4 on the next episode of Disco Elysium.
That's the plan.
It's getting late.
Yay! So until then, we'll catch everybody later.
Loading. Loading. Loading sleep. Yeah! Later.